Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Old RPG Gaming, and today I've got something again completely different for you. We're going to play Game Dev Tycoon. Now, I've played lots of this game, I love this game, and I thought why not do a video, maybe even turn it into a series, I don't know yet, of Game Dev Tycoon and show you guys how awesome this is. This is basically, you get to be Mr. Microsoft, Mr. Sony, whoever you think is the best. You get to make your own games, and you can even bring out your own console and see how it goes with the fans. Make money and become a legend. So that's what we're going to do. I got a controller in my hand. This is a keyboard and mouse game. I haven't played a keyboard and mouse game for ages. So let's go ahead and click. We don't want this one, we want to start a new game. So that was a game I was playing before. We'll go new game. Welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. In this business simulation, you have been transported back in time to start your very own game development company, right at the beginning of the PC revolution. In the next 35 years, you can build your dream company, create best-selling games, gain fans, and become the leader of the market. Beautiful. Before you can start your adventure, you have to give your upcoming company a name. Well, our company name is of course going to be Old RPG Gaming. My name is Dan. We are a male. What should we look like? We can be normal, like we can be white, we can be black, we can be, I guess that's Asian, or we can be ginger, or we can be blonde, we can be really ginger. I'll tell you what, let's be Asian. Asians are amazing at computers, right? Let's go for, yeah, the stripy jumper, why not? Just going into the settings, I'm going to set the game length to be fast paced, and then I'm going to go ahead and continue. We'll leave the unlocked hints on just so that we don't have an epic fail, because it can be pretty difficult to begin with on this game, but as I've played it lots, we use the hints. So yeah, we'll leave the hints on. Choose a save slot. As you can see, well, 8 months ago, 7 months ago, I've played it millions and millions and millions of minutes on this game. We'll save it on slot 3. Yeah, why not? And this is it, we're off. So the first thing we need to do is obviously develop our first game. Let's see what topics we have. We have music, Wild West, romance, and fashion. Now that is pretty poor topics to start with, but we'll use what we've got. The Y, E and M stands for young, everyone, or mature. So that's your target audiences, and then obviously it shows which topic goes well with which target audience. Obviously romance goes well with mature audience, music goes down well with young audiences. So I think for this we will go, let's use music. We can't actually select a target audience at the moment. What kind of game is music? Music is not going to be an action game. You don't have an action music game. You don't have an adventure music game or an RPG. I guess it's a simulation game. It says here it's a great combo, so that's a hint from previous games. So that is going to go well. And we have the G64 or the PC. Now, pros and cons of both. This one costs 15,000 more to develop on, the G64, but it also does have slightly more market share at this point. You can see as well which genres match to which consoles. So as we're running a simulation game, and it's going to be cheap to develop. It's only our first game. Let's go for the PC. Think of a name for a music game. Let's call it Tunes. we call it Tunes. And then we go next. Text-based graphics, or do we go for basic 2D graphics? I think we go 2D graphics. You can make like an equalizer or something in the game, I don't know. So start the development on that. And these little bubbles that pop up are points to how well the game is going. Now we need to focus our efforts in one of 3 things in 3 different stages. So this says that gameplay is important. The engine is fairly important. The story and quest, however, is not. So I'm going to split it like that, hit OK for development stage 1, and he cracks on with it. So we're at 1 bug, 5 design points, 4 technology points, and we have 5 research points here, which I'm going to explain what they're used for in a little while. Next, development stage 2 then, we're going to put the artificial intelligence. For some reason it's needed. I guess because it's a simulation game, nothing to do with music. Level design as well we'll put quite high, and dialogues we'll put right down. And so we click OK there, let him get on with stage 2. There we go, he's done. So we've now developed 4 bugs in our game, 7 design points, 8 technology points, and we have 11 research points. The final development stage then, we're going to put the graphics on, like all of our time on graphics, a fair bit of our time on sound, and very little time on world design. Here are options on the side. We're obviously going to have 2D graphics and basic sound, which is going to cost us 5k. We're at 47k at the moment, so we can handle that. We click OK and let him finish off the game. So there we go, the game is complete. He's just weeding out the bugs. If you hold on a couple of seconds after he finishes bugging, you have a chance, you can score a couple more points. So we'll just wait a little bit longer while I blabber on, see if anything else pops up. If not, we'll go ahead and hit finish. So for our first game then, it's quite balanced between design and technology, 12 and 13. We got a bonus because obviously it's new topic and a new combo because it's the first time we've used anything. And we level up our skills in each of the development categories. So that's awesome. We're ready to release the game. Hit release and let's see what happens. Before he goes ploughing into that, there we go. I'm going to generate the game report for Tunes and see what we get back from it. So while he's doing that, the first reviews for our newly released game, Tunes, has just come in. You get 4 reviews, and each gives a score out of 10. So 7, music and simulation is a great combination, star games. 8, love it, informed gamer. We got another 7, good game from Game Hero. And we got a 6, it could have been better, from All Games. So our average score for that is, I believe, a 7. And we got some news here. Old RPG Gaming, a newcomer in the game industry, has just released their first game, Tunes. The game received favourable reviews. With such a good start to old RPG gaming, are sure to gain fans quickly. Okay, so he's gaining research points by writing up his report. This is how much our game is selling up here in the top right. And this is what's happened. The first week of sales, Tunes has sold 5,500 units in its first week on the market, and it made it into the charts at number 30. So our very first game as a game developer has made it into the charts, which is really good. Fans, Tunes was so successful, we now have 47 fans. Okay, everything's going really quickly on this game. I haven't played on fast pace before, I usually play the longer game. Game report, our post report analysis of Tunes is complete, and we got the following results. Graphics seems to be quite important for this type of game, so by doing these game reports, this is how you get the pluses and the minuses on which areas of the game to develop. I've just hit this so it stops for a second. Obviously we got years, months and weeks up in the top right. Next to our fans, our cash is what we have at the moment. Underneath it says Tunes, and it's gradually showing what we're selling of the game each week. It also will say how much we generate in fans, and as we get towards the end of each month we have to pay bills and so on. So if we go into game history, we can see here it's very vague over that PC screen, but it does say 7. Tunes scored 7. That's not bad, you know, for a first game, and make it into the top sales rank also, that's not bad. Right, let's get on to research points then. Research points are huge importance, especially, well, not just at the start of the game, all the way through really. You need research points to research new topics, new everything. You can make your own, what's it called, like a game engine. You make your own game, yeah, game engine. You make your own game engine, so you can have like go from 2D to 3D graphics, 3D stereoscopic. There's so much you can do in this game, it's awesome. Let's go and try and get some new topics now. A huge one here that is just going to make this game awesome now is fantasy. That is a huge one to find. If you don't get that until the very last picks, you're very unlucky, because it's one of the best ones to pair up with RPG, and well, it's just awesome. It works well on the early consoles as well, so gives you a good boost early on. We're getting to research fantasy then. He'll do that now. He takes the 10 points off the research, and he'll do that. Tunes has achieved a company sale record with over 10,000 units sold. This is an important milestone in the history of old RPG gaming. That is awesome. You can see our cash then just below the 100k, just gone over the 100k now. He's nearly there. There we go, he successfully researched the topic fantasy. So that's going to set us up for our next game then. We will go straight into developing our new game. A fantasy game, for me, let's be really original and call it Final Fantasy, because it's just such a cool name for a fantasy game. I bet nobody would have ever thought of calling a fantasy game Final Fantasy. The genre we're going to go for is RPG, and we know that it's a great combo because it says here on the right. The platform we're going to go for is PC. It's not 3 pluses, but there are 2 pluses, which is good still for RPG and PC. The market share has dropped further down than the first week over the G64, but we'll stick with the PC just for the low development cost, and I've got a feeling this will be a good game. We go for 2D graphics again and start the development. And this time we need to switch the bars around a little bit, because obviously RPG games are going to be developed completely different to simulation games. Story and quest is very important. Gameplay is quite important, but the engine itself at the moment doesn't need much of our time when we're developing. So that's how we set it. Okay on there. And again we start gaining points, bugs and research points. So development stage 2, dialogues is very important. Level design can stay about where it is. It's, you know, second in our priorities. Artificial intelligence near the bottom, and we click OK. Tunes is still selling, by the way, up in the top right here. Recent market studies suggest that the Govador G64 is steadily outselling competitors in the PC sector. Consumers prefer the low price, greater availability and flexible hardware configuration over other home computers. Well, that's good for them, but oh hang on, experts say that this might spell the end of competing hardware manufacturers. Well, we don't actually have a console yet, we just got 2 different PCs. So development stage 3, we're going to go right up on world design, just below the top on graphic and near the bottom for sound. Again, 2D graphics and basic sound just for this one. We'll click OK, final development stage. Yeah, we've just got the 2 PCs at the moment, there's no console, so it's obviously one of them's going to go out of business, you can't have both kind of thing. Tunes is now off the market, it sold 18,000 units, remember this is our first game, this one, generating 127,977 in sales. That is phenomenal for our first game, really happy with that. Right, he's just debugging. You can see he just scored an extra design point. Another one there as well. We'll wait one more. Can we get one more out of you? Are you going to give us one more little point? No? There we go. 15 for design. We'll hit finish. According to rumours, the Japanese company Ninvento is planning to launch its very own home gaming console. Ninvento is known for the wildly successful arcade game Dinky King. That is absolutely hilarious. Dinky King, obviously referring to Nintendo and Donkey Kong, for anybody who is perhaps got out the wrong side of the bed and didn't see that. Many industry experts doubt the home gaming consoles will take off, but we are eager to see what Ninvento will deliver. Well, little do they know, it turns out to be one of the best consoles ever in the history of gaming. So we got our 1.5 bonus for new topic and new combo. This time we're more to the design side than the technology side, which is right for an RPG game. We leveled up further well, we gained more experience on our development skills, and now we're going to release the game. So I'm just going to keep clicking until it pops up. I know it's going to pop up any second. There we go. Generate game report for Final Fantasy. And then we've got our first reviews for our newly released game. So let's see what they thought of it, guys. So 8 is very good. It's very enjoyable from Star Games. We got another 8, very good, from Informed Gamer. Can we go higher? Can we push 9? No, we got 7, which was beautiful, from Game Hero. And an 8 from Love It. All games said they love it. There we go. So that's a 7.75. It's an improvement on our first release. Well, let's see what happens in the sales of it, shall we? Final Fantasy in its first week sells 5.5k. That is pretty cool. It gained us 44 fans as well. So our post-release analysis of Final Fantasy is complete, and we got the following results. No new insights. Okay, that's not a problem. That's because I've already researched it in previous games and we carried the hints over. But if you research that, you usually find like RPG and fantasy is a good combo, etc, etc. So we can now go into research again. We don't quite have enough research points to research another topic, but we do now have, again, new topics that we can choose to research. We can go for sports, mystery, or dungeon, game dev as well. Let's go for dungeon, because then we can make a strategy game, which again is a different topic from RPG and simulation. So we're getting to research this. Final Fantasy's just moved into 12,000 copies sold, and we currently have 250 fans, which is pretty cool. Our money is definitely growing. We're nearly up at 200k now. There we go. He's just finished the research, and we now have dungeon topic. Today, Nintendo has confirmed recent rumours and announced their plans to release a new home gaming console called TES. That is, again, fantastic. Early next year, the console features cartridge-based games and a uniquely designed controller. That is lovely, good news. Let's go game history, and we can see now that Tunes has been taken off the market, we can see its final results. So it gained us 149 fans in total, ranking at number 30 in the charts. Its average review score was a 7. That was when we released it on the first week of the 4th month in the first year. It got us 97,000 profit and sold 18,000.3 units. Final Fantasy is still going. It's already outsold Tunes, and it's still on sale. Well, it hasn't quite, but it's nearly there. It's nearly gained us the same amount of fans, profit, same kind of thing. So hopefully it will outdo it as it's still selling. Let's get on with our next game, shall we? We want to try Dungeon and Strategy. So again, we see that it's a great combo. Now for Dungeon and Strategy, let's just call it, I don't know, let's call it Dark Dungeon. Again, really creative, really original, and we'll go for strategy games are 3+ on PC. It's a lower development cost still again. I mean, it is the lower market share at 41.9%, but that is still a big share of the market, you know. It's not as if it's 70-30 or 80-20, you know, it's only 10% really different in the market at the moment. So I'll go with the PC, hit next, we'll stick with our 2D graphics, and let's get on with the development for this game. So again, completely different this time round. Engine is more important, as it wasn't in the RPG. Gameplay is the most important, and the storyline and quest needs to come down like that. He cracks on with development stage 1. I'm just keeping an eye on Final Fantasy there in the top right. It's just about to outsail Tunes, which is cool. Level design is most important. Artificial intelligence will be our second, and dialogues right down at the bottom, not very important. So he gets on with development stage 2. Can we make it to 19,000 for Final Fantasy? We're on 18.9. Development stage 3, we'll go well designed, has to go near the top. Sound is apparently quite important for strategy games, so we'll put that near the top as well, and we'll bring the graphics down like that and click OK. The game is now off the market, so Final Fantasy sold 18,989 units, very precise, just falling short of 19,000. It generated £132,965 in sales. That is fantastic. That is a new record, which we can see here in our game history. Did it gain us as many fans? Exactly the same amount, actually. It got higher in the top sales rank. I think it did take more profit. No, it took 3,000 less profit. So that's interesting, especially as it was a higher game. Right, we're just getting rid of these bugs then. It looks like we've got another pretty even setup here with 11 to 12, 11 to 13 now. That's all the bugs gone. Can we get another design point? Another one on tech. Come on, one more point. Dish us a point. No? Okay. Right, today the new game platform TES by Ninvento has been released. So this is the first release of the very first game console. It is out now and available for us to produce games on the market. Let's go research. We don't have another custom game engine just yet, so we're going to look at our next new topic, which we should go for. There is another genre called casual, which goes well with things like aeroplane, music and stuff like that, but we don't actually have it yet. So I think the next one we go for is game dev, which is of course exactly the same kind of thing that we're doing right now, the same kind of game that you're watching. So we'll start the research for game dev, and let's see the scores for Dark Dungeon, shall we? 11 to 14 design to tech. We leveled up on our gameplay skill. Let's release the game. He's currently researching, and our first reviews for Dark Dungeon have come in. So review number 1, we got a 7, good game from Star Games. Another 7, beautiful, said Informed Gamer. Enjoyable, said Game Hero with a 7. And an 8, played it for days from All Games. So again, that's not bad. I think that's what, a 7.25, does that work out? I think 7.25. So the 3 games that we've released have all been for PC, which is a lower market share. We're gaining cash, we're gaining fans, and each one has been above 7 on our review scores, so it's not a bad start whatsoever. This is something new as well, guys. There's still so much to show you in this game, but I just want to kind of close off after explaining this one. Contract work. Let's read the message. Hi there, I've just finished Dark Dungeon and I love your work. I'm in the contracting business and we could use skills like yours. If you are ever short of cash, just let me know and we'll see if we have some work for you. So basically what this is we can take a break from developing the games and just do basic computer contract work to try and just get a lump sum of cash. It works, you have a deadline and you have to research a certain amount of points. We've now researched game dev, so that'll be our next game. We can now see find contract workers in our menu, and this is basically what you have to do. So in 5 weeks we have to generate 14 design and 3 technology points, which will give us 20k, and if we don't manage to do it we have to pay up 7k. That is character designs. There's obviously going to be easier ones and harder ones, and as you get further into the game they're a lot bigger, a lot harder to achieve, as you can actually start to employ your own team to develop the games. This really is just an opening to show you some awesome stuff of Game Dev Tycoon. I'm going to stop it here. It's paused. I'll hit save just in case anybody wants to see some more and we'll come and do this. It is saved. If you're interested in getting the game, I think it is actually quite cheap. Take a look on Steam. If it's relatively cheap and you've got some credit in your Steam, I recommend it. If not, go and take a look on g2a.com. It might even be cheaper on there, so I very much doubt it'd be anything more than £7–8. I can't remember what I paid for it, but I don't think it was much. I actually thought that was paused, but apparently it's still ticking. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of Game Dev Tycoon, because I actually for months was hooked on this game and I thought I'd share it with you, so let me know what you think. thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys. Also, guys, if you want to get your own channel art or logo personally done for you, get in touch with the graphics designer that done my channel art. The Skype address is on the screen.